Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Raven and welcome back. Today is going to be my 500 subscriber Q&A special. First of all, I have said it many a times, but once again, let me say thank you. And two quick disclaimers before we get into this video. Yeah, I know, my face isn't on the screen. I will probably go into more detail about this in the next reaction. However, I guess a very slight detailed explanation, since I do really just want to get into all these questions, is the fact that it takes me like way too long to set up this whole phone face camera thing, so it's really just a pain. And honestly, I've always been a little uncomfortable on camera, and I feel like it kind of inhibits or prohibits my reactions a bit. So I actually think, even if you guys can't see my facial expressions, that I just will be giving more solid reactions. And I will give more of a reason in the next video describing the situation so that you guys understand. But hopefully it doesn't kind of come out and shock you. Doesn't mean it won't return. It's just I definitely would like to wait longer and save up better funds for an actual good camera. The next thing that I do really want to focus on is getting some good editing software down. However, without further ado, let's get into these questions, because there is a decent amount. And the second disclaimer would be, if I don't get to your questions, I'm sorry. I try to get as much as I can. I pretty much did. There's only a few that I couldn't really get to. And also, if I don't answer every single question you put, just know it's like nothing personal. I just don't really want to spend too much time, I guess, like just on a few questions and not other people's. But yeah, with those two things out of the way, I'm excited. So hopefully you guys will be able to learn something new, and this will be fun. So the first set of questions is, what are your own expectations about future seasons and particular episodes, and or what scenarios do you want to see? Right now, it's hard to have expectations other than the only expectations I have is that the Cutie Mark Crusaders will get their cutie marks, hopefully, one way or another, just because they're always trying so hard at it every episode we see them in. And you could argue that maybe it might be better for the characters for them not to. However, I think the three of them are pretty adorable, and I'd like to see them succeed. And the same thing with all the other main characters. That I guess my kind of expectations is I just want to see them succeed and do something with their lives. You know, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. Right now, they're all just kind of chilling in Ponyville, just handling one day at a time. Scenarios I want to see, based on the comments you guys said, even though it was a joke about me wanting to see a pony fight, you guys seem maybe a little hintish there that that might actually be a thing. I really do want to see some type of cool fight. That would be awesome. Does anyone close to you know about your interest in the series? Actually, no. I just started watching this probably exactly a month ago, and I'd say I've made okay progress so far. Obviously not as good as if I was just binging it and not doing reactions, you know. But no, because this is something that I just come back to my room and kind of watch, and then like that's it, I'm out. But it wouldn't really bother me if anybody did. Nobody does. I just haven't gone out of my way to say it, I guess. Other than, I guess, close friends that wanted me to watch it. They obviously know, but like, no one like from work or my mom or whatever doesn't. But again, I wouldn't really care. The next one is, are you planning to react to fan-made content? I think this was asked a lot, and I thought I did tell you guys that yes, of course, but I just would like to wait because you guys have given me some things and go, oh, and after this season you can react to this, and to be honest, I don't know how much I like that. I think I'm going to wait until I get about 4 or 5 seasons in before I start doing that. I don't know. I just want to be a decent amount of time into the series before I really start to dive into that. I just want to knock out the episodes. But 100% yes, I will be reacting to fan-made content. Chimichurri or cherry chonga? Chimichurri, definitely chimichurri. Next set of questions. Do you like the song so far? Yes, definitely. There's been a few that I thought were okay, somewhat forgettable, but you know, there's been a special few that have really just struck home for me. So yes, definitely the songs are nice, and even the background music is extremely well done. Definitely one of the higher points of the show. What character do you relate to the most? I definitely relate to Twilight the most because kind of much like her, at the start of the show being super antisocial and the whole thing of her not wanting to make friends, I guess. Even though I never went out of my way not to, it's just a lot of times throughout high school I was really secluded to myself. And recently, just like Twilight getting her group of friends, me working has opened me up to a whole bunch of great people, and we hang out all the time now, and whenever we're not working at work, whenever we're not working. So it's a different experience, and it made me appreciate and really realize what I was missing out on in life, that like these connections and these groups. So definitely Twilight. Also, I'm a nerd, even though I don't like read books. I'm definitely just a nerd in general. Who's your favorite character? Twilight, for said reasons above. If you could be a pony for one day, what form would you take? Earth pony, Pegasus, or unicorn? Probably a unicorn, because some of the spells Twilight has done, and from what I've seen, just seems really cool, and I'd like to take a crack at it. But who knows? Maybe I wouldn't be able to do it. Alright, next set of questions. Am I planning on reacting to the MLP Equestria Girls movies? Yes, 100%. I will be reacting to that whole series. I will react to pretty much everything in the show, I believe. So yeah, I know at first I thought there was only one movie because I got like advertisements, and I remember it was a big like the My Little Pony movie and all that stuff. Like I at least heard about it, but I thought that was it. But it turns out there's like 5 movies for this show or something like that, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, and apparently they're all like called Equestria Girls, and yes, I will definitely be watching the Equestria Girls series. I know that the first movie of the series is actually after next season, season 3, which is why I'm super excited to kind of push through it. I really love movies in general, so I'm really excited to finish season 3 and get onto that movie. I hope it's really good. My favorite pony, again, Twilight, for reasons said before. My favorite MLP singing voice, honestly, whenever it'd have to be tied between Applejack and Pinkie Pie. Their voices are all great, of course, but for some reason I really, really like it whenever Applejack or Pinkie Pie sings. And even Twilight, Rarity, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash have nice voice actresses for their, like, the singing is great. But yeah, those two definitely kind of stick out to me, I'd say. And am I planning to react to the whole MLP series? Yes, even if it kills me. I definitely will. Again, the only way that I really couldn't see myself is if I just lost enjoyment, and that'd be it. And so far I haven't, so I don't really see that happening personally. But yeah, definitely gonna be reacting to that. So next questions. How old am I? I'm 18. What other cartoon shows have you ever watched? So, of course, I watched cartoons growing up, but like recently in my life, I'm only been anime. Like, I know I don't show it because I came on and started doing a cartoon show, but this, to me, this just seemed like a really good show to kind of do a reaction to, and I knew that the community was pretty poppin', especially around this time, so I was like, okay, maybe it might be a good idea to react to this. But I'm actually pretty much an anime one trick, to be real with you guys. Of course, growing up, I seen like all the great shows. I seen like stuff like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Camp Lazlo, Ben 10, Avatar: The Last Airbender. But if you're talking about like recent shows, like things that have been super popular, like I have not watched a regular show. I have not watched, I guess Rick and Morty counts as it. I've only seen a few episodes. I have not watched like Adventure Time, like and Steven Universe, all these popular cartoons from recent years. I have not watched because during that time, since I've grown up to like being a young teenager, I've just pretty much only been watching anime. So yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't really watch that much cartoons. This is pretty much like the first cartoon that of recent years that I've sat down to really watch. So what game system did I grow up on, and are there any series of games you're a fan of? My first thing ever is I love games. My experience with games is great. I had a Super Nintendo Entertainment System with my mom. She loved to play it with me, and but most of the time, it was just kind of a knick-knack that we had. But most of the time, it was between my brother's PlayStation 2. Played a lot of great games on there, and PlayStation 2, I ended up breaking it, so I got the Xbox 360, and that's pretty much what I grew up on. The other side things is like the Game Boy Advance and then the Nintendo DSi. Those are kind of things I grew up on, but not basically the Xbox 360 is what I played every single day when I came home from school. And are there any series of games you're a fan of? I haven't really been playing it, but things that I like and pay attention to is I definitely was a sucker for Need for Speed back in the old days. My favorite game of all time was Need for Speed Most Wanted, the 2005 edition. And I just love that game to death for so many reasons. I could rant about it for hours, but I don't know. I just haven't really been paying attention to it, but I'm still a fan of this series overall. You know, racing games are still pretty cool. And Call of Duty, grew up on that. You know, the classic, of course. Again, same thing of I haven't really been playing the recent games, but, you know, I still don't mind it. I'm a fan. But the last thing that I really, like, series-wise played that I really enjoyed was Mortal Kombat. I personally think Mortal Kombat 10 is probably the best fighting game of all time, all around. And I liked 11, but it wasn't enough to keep me as engaged as 10 did. So Mortal Kombat as well, definitely. So next set of questions. In your opinion, what would be the best ending for MLP? Now this is a really left field question, because I just, there's so much about this world that I obviously know has not been explored yet and touched on. So this is extremely hard to answer, and keep in mind this is all like I'm reading this as I go, so this is pretty much like the first time I've seen most of these questions. This is all from the top. The best ending, I don't know. I guess the only thing that I could really ask for in any type of ending to shows, especially with lovable characters like this one, is a happy ending, which I'm 100% assuming is going to happen. No one's gonna like die or anything, I'm sure, but I don't know. I just really would love to see these characters grow and evolve their personality more and more into just being better people, and really helping their community and like Ponyville and stuff, and helping others grow things like that. Just seeing them having impacts on others is really enough. Because, I don't know, that seems to be what the goal is here. Is to teach that friendship is magic. It's in the show title. So, I guess something among that line, just seeing them having happy endings, like accomplishing things, whatever goals they have. That's definitely all that I could really ask for in any ending with lovable characters. Hopefully it's not botched in any way. So, again, the fan-created content question, yes, of course. I did have to include this one again just so you guys really knew I mean it. I promise I will get around to it. It's just, it will be later. But you guys can go ahead and leave as many comments and suggestions as you want now. I'll get around to it eventually around season 4 or 5. I'm not sure how far I really want to be in the show before I do start it, but I will, I promise. So, my favorite song in MOP. At the time you wrote this, it would have been Winter Wrap Up, but the Smile song was so good. And I just have no words. I talked about it in my reaction, so you guys probably know how I feel about that. I loved that song to death. It was honestly really good. So definitely Smile song. It was really good. So, a few questions. What episode, if you can find one, felt like the turning point for you to where you felt, yes, I want to go beyond season 1, etc.? Yes, and there actually is an episode. It was pretty early where I started to see the first kind of signs that, okay, I see the potential. There's apple bucking season, the 4th episode. Just because it was really kind of funny, and it was my first in detail look at a character, like Applejack just being stubborn and her friends trying desperately to help. Just showed some type of dimension to the show that I didn't really see in the previous episodes, in the premiere and then episode 3 Ticketmaster. It's not something I really saw, but I definitely saw potential there. That was like, okay, I'll definitely go beyond season 1, or like I wouldn't say I thought of that early, but I was like, okay, maybe this won't be too bad. That was kind of my early stages of acceptance. And I'd say near the end of season 1, it was just that collection of the season 1 ending and then the season 2 beginning that really I was like, wow, I've been missing out. Like, this is actually some good shit. Like, so that would be kind of the first time that I thought about it, but it's hard to say like when I 100% knew that I had to finish the show. It was just somewhere in that time frame. I might have completely realized it on the Luna Eclipse episode. I just really liked that episode, and I really liked Princess Luna. She was adorable, and once I started finding these characters like adorable and lovable is when I knew, really. So, popular shows you've seen that I can't react to because I've seen them already. So again, most of it, not most of it, all of it's going to be anime. I know you guys aren't going to really ask for old school cartoons, but pretty much anything new school I have not seen, and it could be possible that I do a reaction to. I've only watched anime, really, and I do have an anime list. It's not 100% updated. There are some shows missing, but I'll definitely leave it in the description below. Seasonal review is going to be mainstay for each show you do them on. Maybe. I was more interested in just doing it for not season 1, for My Little Pony, because just seeing kind of my journey from like being like, what is this, and then me realizing that, hey, I can actually do character analysis on this show and lore speculation and lore appreciation, kind of made me realize like, wow, kind of deserves videos by itself. And by the way, these reviews might be a little delayed because I got some writer's block. It's been kind of hard. I have so little time, and this kind of ties into the whole face cam thing situation, which again, if you're interested in that, I promise I will explain it better at the beginning of next reaction videos. Favorite shows or movies of all time? I'd probably have to say my favorite shows. It's so hard. It always flip-flops depending upon how I feel. So I guess I can give a collection of a few. I definitely love, for show-wise, I love Your Lie in April. Great story, great message, great music, great themes, great characters, great everything. And then Happy Sugar Life, also an anime. I don't want to say too much because I personally believe the more you talk about the show, the more it kind of ruins the experience. I just really like the show. It was great. Attack on Titan is also just this epic masterpiece. Absolutely love it. Usually I'm not too crazy on mainstream like shonen genre stuff like that, but Attack on Titan is super different. It is amazing all the way around. And then movie-wise, and I guess I can't really decide on, going back to the shows, which one, but I guess probably Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. I love the Fate series, as confusing as it can be. Mostly just like for Saber and just the badass fights. I just really like the Fate series. So movie-wise, probably, again, it all depends upon how I feel. We're going right back to anime. Two animes movies always be tied for most people. Is Your Name and then A Silent Voice. Again, I flip-flop between which one is my favorite, and then I'd have to say, if I had to choose like an actual like live action movie, man, that is really hard. I love the Pulp Fiction is great. As like has I don't even know what I'm going for here, but like as typical as that may seem, Pulp Fiction is great. And then there's one more. Damn, I've only seen it once, but I really loved it. It had Andrew Garfield in it. Wow, I'm so sad I can't think of the movie name. It was a war movie. Hacksaw Ridge, there we go. Yeah, that movie was great. That was a really good movie. I know people talk about Saving Private Ryan, but I personally enjoyed Hacksaw Ridge more as a war-type movie, way more than that. That was great. Anything you want to recommend to others for them to watch that you think is great or deserves more attention, or even both? Yeah, I think what I said earlier, Happy Sugar Life, is actually, anime-wise, it's pretty underrated. And again, I just don't even want to talk about it because it's just one of those things. Like, I just feel like the least said, the better. Other than, I personally think it's great because of how the writing and episodes make you feel. I think when you get to feeling, whether if it's fear or love or hatred, when a show makes you fear, that is exceptional writing. So moving on to the next set. Congrats on 500. Thank you so much. Favorite genre of music or bands? Genre of music, I love all types of music. Anything from, obviously, lo-fi, from what you're listening to some hardcore, head-banging rock and roll / metal, and then taking it right back to jazz, and then to some crazy upbeat, like, dubstep fucking 2012 crazy shit. Or not dubstep, but, like, electronic music. Like, I just love it all. Music is so good. Again, I don't really have favorite bands. I guess two Japanese artists that I really have grown to love. Again, yeah, I know Japanese guys, I'm a weeb. Ryol is great. She is amazing. And then Myth and Royd is an exceptional band. They are awesome. They do some of the best like anime intros ever. Have I considered making social media to keep your subs updated with your schedule? Yes, I have considered it. I'm definitely going to be making a Twitter sometime within the next week. I don't think there's really a better site to do it on. But But yeah, definitely Twitter within the next week. What is my Steam name? I usually don't play video games that much just because I don't have much time. But if you guys want to add me, it is Raven_OW on Steam. And trust me, when you guys... I do plan upon opening a Discord eventually, but I want to make sure the server's kind of running professionally and things like that before I really start it. I do plan to have interactions with you guys, but really the only thing I play on Steam right now is Destiny 2. Just because it's free and all my friends are playing it. Sometimes Fistful of Frags to kind of fuck around, but that's it. What games have kept me playing the longest? The games that have kept me playing the longest... at the beginning of this year, I quit it, but I had an unhealthy and just like addiction level, like my strange addictions level, obsession with Overwatch. I just loved everything about it, and it's actually the reason I came to PCs, because I thought I wanted to go pro. Because if anybody knows anything about Overwatch, on Xbox I was actually top 500, and I was like, you know what, I can go pro. I'm gonna come to PC, go pro. And I did alright. I ended up getting to like mid-diamond, but I just got burnt out before I could climb and learn the controls better on PC. I just got too burnt out. I don't know. I just played the game too much. And then recently, I've just been playing a decent amount of Destiny 2 with my friends, but in that whole year gap, I've been playing a free-to-play rhythm game called Osu. I really love the music in the game, and seeing your progression, even if it's really slow, is really satisfying. I definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you're a weeb like me. Osu is a great game. So we're gonna move on to the next set of questions. So congrats to 500 again. Thank you. A few questions. What got you interested in watching the show to begin with? Other than people asking me to and telling and begging me to, it was the fact that I saw that it had gone on for so long, and that, you know, anything I saw about the show just had crazy views, like whether if it was on YouTube, like millions of views. I'm not talking like one or two, I'm talking like 10, 20, 30, just millions. And just knowing that it had this crazy big fan base, I was like, there has to be something here. So it was, part of it was curiosity. It was curiosity killed the cat. But mostly because I had just been asked, but definitely curiosity played a huge part in all of this. Am I looking forward to the rest of this series? Hell yeah. These, I have to tell you guys that my favorite thing, not to sound like super like, I don't know, feminine or something. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I'd probably have to say, like, my favorite part of it is just, like, real life can be so fucking annoying and dirty and just gritty, but this show is just so goddamn adorable and cute. Like, it's truly a kid's show. Like, it really is. And that's why I think that's why I enjoy it. It's just simple fun. So, of course, I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. These characters are a lot of fun, and they're all adorable. I love them all. It's great. Have I made any new friends watching this? I'd say I have. I have made a few friends. Personally, I'd say so. And I hope to make more when I open this Discord. So, right here, I just grabbed the first two. Sorry about that, but I expressed a lot of love for Twilight throughout my reaction. Is she basically waifu material to you now? Yes, sir. Before you know it, I'll be running around with a Twilight body pillow. Have I thought about making my own pony original character? Not really, but it's not something I'm opposed to. I'm just not super creative. But it could be something that I do. But as of right now, it's not like on any priority. Next set of questions. What would be the first thing you would do if I was teleported to Equestria? So, honestly, the art and just the places in the show is really pretty. That I would definitely just walk around and just sightsee, just kind of be a typical tourist. I think some of the places that we've been shown are pretty cool. It's pretty sweet, and I definitely make some time to go to Canterlot. That seems sick. I don't know if I've said it, but I really love like how Canterlot looks. It's just a sick castle-looking city. Like, it's sick. I definitely want to go see the castle. Maybe Celestia too, but that's besides the point. If I could only hang out one day with one MLP character, who would it be and why? Twilight, because she's my favorite. What lesson did you like the most and why? It's hard for me to really remember every single lesson. I just remember the substance of the episodes, really, before like the actual lessons there at the end. So it definitely is kind of hard for me to say that. So I might have to skip on that just because I don't remember every single one. Plan on making an OC. Again, what I said before. I wouldn't mind eventually, but right now it's not on my mind. Which characters would you like to see return? I'm pretty disappointed we haven't seen more of Luna. Like, I thought maybe she'd kind of be there as much as Celestia, and I know she hasn't been there as much, but like Celestia hasn't even been there that much, but I definitely thought like by the end of season 2 I'd see her again, see her and Celestia both. Also Trixie, because her voice actress killed that performance, and Trixie seemed pretty alright too. She just seemed like kind of a show-off, but she didn't seem like a bad person or anything. But I definitely would like to see Trixie back. That's it. I definitely don't want to see goddamn Gilda back. That was annoying. Favorite and least favorite episode? Man, you can't do that to me. It's so hard to pick that. But standout episodes is the last episode, Friend Indeed. That shit was crazy good. I just really, really loved it. Maybe Lesson 0 was also just really enjoyable for me. The season 2 premiere was also great, even though those are 2 episodes. That's why I'm saying it's really hard to pick a favorite episode, and there are just some like things that I can't explain why I like it so much. So like Luna Eclipse, that episode, I can't explain to you guys why I like it so much, but I just do. It's just a great episode. That'd also be one of my favorite episodes. It's just hard to choose. And least favorite, man, I don't know what it was, but something about that season 1 episode about the feeling Pinky Keen with the pinky senses, something about that episode just did not do it for me. Like, I'm not sure. It just felt odd. It just was not doing it for me. Which character backstory would interest you the most? Honestly, the most interesting character in this show for me is Celestia. Even though, like, Twilight, I love her, and I'd say that she is my favorite, I think the most interesting character is Celestia. Like they said in the beginning, that whole backstory with Luna, and I guess Luna fits in that category too. I'm just so interested in, like, what they really are and who they are. I can't really explain it further than that, but I definitely need some answers between Celestia's past and Luna's past, and then their past as a whole, because we all know what happens, but we don't know how. And that is what I am kind of dying for, to be honest. So, next set of questions. How tall am I? I'm 6 foot flat. Favorite music group, artist? Answered that before. Favorite game show? I don't know. I don't really watch game shows. I don't even have cable, bro. I just chill on my computer. Celebrity crush, if any? Man, it's gonna sound really typical, but man, I probably wouldn't know how to act if I met Tara Strong. Doesn't matter how many years go by, she's still very pretty to me. Favorite cartoon growing up? It'd either be between Teen Titans and I guess I shouldn't say between. Avatar: The Last Airbender was, man, even when I was young, I just loved how epic it was, and I was hoping it wasn't one of those nostalgic things where I went back and it wasn't that good, but man, I rewatched that. Oh, damn. It's even better than I remembered. Avatar is history, and it's kind of sad that I wouldn't be able to react to it. But yeah, that show is absolute history and pure genius. Moving on. So we got a decent amount right here. Who is my favorite of the Cutie Mark Crusaders? Probably without a doubt in my mind, Sweetie Belle. I hate picking favorites because I never want anybody to get mad at me, but I think it's kind of obvious that I really love Twilight. So I might as well just tell people my favorite of everything. Cutie Mark Crusaders, probably Sweetie Belle. She seems kind of the most energetic out of the three, and I really that singing voice that she had, it was just fun. It was entertaining of her to do, and then her squeaky voice is really cute, just kind of for those simple reasons. Do I like spicy food? Hell no. The spiciest shit I can eat are like the spicy sweet chili purple bag of Doritos, which aren't even that hot. Listen, man, when I go to eat spicy stuff, it just burns my nose. Like when I breathe and it's up to my mouth, I hate it, especially wings, like spicy wings. Like it literally burns me, man. I can't do it. So no, I'm not the biggest fan of spicy. Am I a fan of rock music? Hell yes. Do I like jazz, swing, or the blues? Hell yes. What is my favorite candy? Rolos. What is the worst game you have ever played? Without a doubt, in my mind, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. That was horrible. Who would you hang out with? Rainbow Dash or Applejack? Probably Rainbow Dash, just because she's awesome, in her words. My favorite thing to cook? Pasta, because it's very simple and very effective. Favorite time of day? Twilight? No. Favorite time of day? Definitely like what I'm doing right now. Super late at night like this when I'm kind of alone. I love the nightlife. I love the nighttime. I am a night owl. That is me. Favorite wrestler? Don't have one. My favorite horror movie? Honestly, I kind of slept on the horror genre my whole life. I've only recently kind of watched the recent two It's, so I guess I'd have to say It, even though I'm sure there are better ones. But yeah, I kind of slept on the horror genre my whole life. It's probably worth checking out. Would you punch for $1 billion Granny Smith or Fluttershy? If we're asking between them, I'd much rather punch Granny Smith because she's already like 1 foot in the grave, I'd say. I definitely would not hit Fluttershy for anything in the world. And yeah, but if we're talking $1 billion, I'd probably deck the shit out of Granny Smith. I can't even lie. Jesus. Do you think you beat Rainbow Dash in a cider drinking contest? Probably not, because I hate cider. That shit is disgusting. At least the American version, because I've been told that it's an alcoholic drink in like Europe and everywhere else in the world, which I did not know. Here in America, it's just warm, and I don't know. At least I'm sure you can get it alcoholic, but the only times I've had it, it's just, God, that was horrible. It was just awful. I did not enjoy it. If I had to pick which of the main characters' home, which one would you live in? If I could walk on clouds, I'd definitely live in Rainbow Dash's. She's got like a sick ass like mini mansion. Just looks sick. But if I couldn't walk on clouds, I guess Twilight's, because she's my favorite. Which of the main characters' pets do you like the most? Definitely Twilight's owl. And no, it's not because Twilight's my favorite, but I think owls are just really cool. If I had to be stuck with one of the main characters' hairstyle, including the color forever, which one would you pick? That is a evil, horrible, horrible question that no soul should ever have to answer, but I guess Applejack because she's the only one with the closest thing to normal hair. Yeah. That'd be it. What do you want? Super speed, super strength, super smarts, and unless if I'm blind, does that say super toilet? I hope I'm not retarded and I can read. I have no idea, but super speed seems pretty chill. That'd be sick. If I could spend a year in space or underwater, or would you spend a year in space or underwater? You have lots of food, water, and air. Yeah, 100%. I'd probably do it in space because space is awesome, really cool. Twilight turned you into a pony. What would you do? I guess I'd go about my life living as a pony, and I would try to win Twilight's heart, probably. Do you think you could beat Fluttershy in a staring contest or the quiet game? No shot. I can usually go for a while being quiet and just kind of sitting there, but probably not Fluttershy. Maybe staring contest. I don't know. That's kind of 50-50. Then the last few are, am I great at drawing? I used to be, definitely not as much as I am now. Gilda wants to fight you. What do you do? Deck her. I deck the absolute shit out of her. You talking about $1 billion for Granny Smith? I'd do this for free. I'd kill her, probably. What is a food combination that you like? Example, I like spaghetti tacos. First of all, disgusting. Second of all, that has to be an iCarly reference, right? Food combination, I don't know. That's kind of strange. I guess chicken and rice. It's kind of classic, kind of typical, but chicken and rice is really good. It's that simple. What do you like on your pizza? Wow. I am just Mr. Plain. I like Parmesan cheese on a cheese pizza. I like cheese. I'm a cheesy guy. Honestly, I hate like supreme pizzas and shit. And pepperoni's okay, but for some reason, I just chow down on cheese pizzas, like plain ass pizzas, and I eat fucking vanilla ice cream. I'm just so plain. I'm so boring. I don't know. It's kind of lame. Do I like to eat cold pizza? Yeah. I think it's just as good. Sometimes it even tastes better for me. If Twilight decided to teach you magic, what would be the first 3 spells you'd want to learn? Time travel, teleportation, and probably how to transform objects into like anything, I guess. Because that just seems like overpowered, those 3 things. So, where am I from? I am from Florida. That is where I am from. That is where I reside. I do reside in the Sunshine State. It's hot as balls down here. Please save me. How old am I? I did answer that, but I am 18. My real name, don't have to say my last if I don't want to. Definitely won't. However, I guess it doesn't really matter if I do say my first name. Although sometimes I feel like whenever you know somebody as like an online persona, it's kind of weird to hear it, and you can't even accept it. But my real first name that everybody calls me is Nate. I am definitely not named Raven, unfortunately. What other shows do you like outside of MLP? Tons of anime. Basically my favorite anime list, which I'm leaving in the description below. But if you're talking about live action shows, I do not watch that garbage. I'm sorry, I'm such a weeb. Kind of genre of music you like? Answered that. Love it all. Who's your top 3 favorite characters in MLP? Obviously, Twilight is your favorite, so we know who number 1 is. Twilight, Celestia, and probably, man, Pinkie Pie is really trying to come up into that 3rd spot for me, but probably it's really close between Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie, I'd say. It depends upon my mood. Right now, I'd give it to Fluttershy. Cats or dogs? I've had dogs my whole life, but I'm really interested in trying like to have a cat. My mom says absolutely not, but she won't be the boss of me when I move out, so we'll see. I think cats are really freaking cute, and they just kind of sit there and they're chill, you know, not bothering anything. I don't know, some cats are evil, but then again, some dogs are really obnoxious and bark at nothing. So, I have no idea. What is my biggest fear? Here's the spiders. Dude, I hate spiders. I don't know. I hate snakes. Freak me out. Like the slithering, that is not natural. They are the spawn of Satan. Like slithering, that is disgusting. That freaks me out, bro. Like I can't. It just I hate it. But if I had to really choose it, I guess it's so stereotypical and super lame to say, but I guess death is kind of something that looms over my head and that can scare the shit out of me sometimes. My favorite food, pasta. Like that corkscrew, a whole bunch of Parmesan cheese and butter on it. Definitely pasta. I love pasta. What is my favorite beverage? You ran out of creative questions. That's fine. I don't know. I drink a lot of water, but of course I like soda too. You know, I like Coke, Pepsi, all that stuff. Root beer is pretty great too. Recently, I have discovered, all right, the absolute banger of a combination. You ready? A whole bunch of Sprite, right? And like a little dash of like fruit punch high C. Oh, I'm talking like a drop or two, enough to just turn the white, or like the clear Sprite into like a little pinkish hint. Oh my god, it's so good. That's probably my favorite drink of all time. It's so good. I don't know. It might sound weird, but until you try it, you will never know. Top 3 favorite cartoons. Want to see what MLP's competing with. Avatar is my absolute favorite. Growing up, Teen Titans was also amazing. It was great. And I'd have to say it's kind of hard choosing that third spot for me personally. I don't know, I don't know. It's really hard to choose that third spot because I have a few in mind. We'll just say Camp Lazlo. Why not? Because I just watched it a lot when I was a kid. Or actually, no, we'll be typical. We'll say SpongeBob. SpongeBob's is awesome. You can't argue with me. What can you say this show does better than other shows you've seen? Where do I start? Especially cartoon-wise. The characters are not flat. They're not even 2-dimensional. They're 3 and 4-dimensional. Like, these feel like actual people that you could meet in real life. Personality-wise, obviously not the ponies, but like personality-wise, these feel like people you can meet in real life for the most part, other than it kind of being cranked up to 11 because it's a cartoon. The designs are killer. They are so easily separable, but all unique at the same time. And definitely, like, I'd say something else the show does better is just giving you that escape. Like, of course, shows are really there for that escape, but this show just really seems to do it. Like, for some reason, I just get so enchanted by these little side stories and side quests that these ponies get on, and I just don't know why. It just does it really well. It's believable and fun, I guess. How did your opinion change over time watching the show? Honestly, I was never really against it. I just didn't really think it would be for me, because I'm not like somebody who judges anything too harshly. I live life pretty chill. I usually try not to judge people harshly, because we all do some weird things. I mean, I'm a weeb, so how hard can I judge some people watching some ponies, you know? Opinion changed? Of course. I guess I start to see what the fuss is about. And I went from denying liking the show to admitting that, you know, it wasn't that bad. And then the next step for me for exception was like, hey, I really think these characters are cute. and that was really hard to come out and say, like, when I had to admit that I thought Twilight was adorable. But now I keep dropping the A word left and right and C word left and right. Adorable and cute. It's hard not to. They're all adorable. It's just great. What are your predictions the show might go? See, I just think the formula that I've seen so far is like, we just kind of have these silly little fun episodes in between everything, but then, like, what's it called? Like the season, like the finale, we just get this villain, and I really just think that the show is going to continue with that we're just going to get some occasional villains here and there, and I think that's cool. That's pretty sweet. I definitely don't mind it. It's definitely cool. I like it. But where it could go, I have no idea. I really, really hope Celestia, she is the most interesting character. Like I said earlier, she needs explanations and so much more. So that's what I'd hope for. Who of the main 6 would you like to see more character development for? Honestly, if I had to pick one, if I had to pick one, I guess someone who comes to mind is, I'm not exactly sure what Rainbow Dash is about. Like everybody else, I seem to get more or less a grasp of, but right now, I'm not sure really what 100% confidence could say what Rainbow Dash, like who she is. And then Rarity would be the second closest one that I'm just not sure. But I guess Rainbow Dash just a little bit more than Rarity. But I just feel like I have more of an understanding of Rarity than Rainbow Dash, but just barely. So definitely Rainbow Dash, but Rarity, it wouldn't hurt either. I would have said Pinkie Pie until, I mean, honestly, I never need any more development on Pinkie Pie. Like that whole episode was beautiful. That was it. That was enough. So the last set of questions. Which 2 ponies would you want on your side in a bar fight? Doesn't have to be main characters only. Celestia, because she looks very powerful, and Pinkie Pie, because, man, I bet she could do some crazy shit. Which Tara Strong character would you most want to spend a day with? Dude, are you kidding me? That is very obvious, Raven. What was your favorite Twilight moment from Season 1, from Season 2? Honestly, it's hard to pinpoint moments. To be honest with you guys, it is really hard to pinpoint moments, but definitely from Season 1, now it just popped in my head, was that whole scene. I don't know why I thought it was so funny, but that eating the words scene from the damn episode with like the nematode wannabes. I think it was called Swarm of the Century. Damn, was that just funny. I don't know why. It could have been any character that said that too, but just the fact it was Twilight, it was just funnier for me. I don't know. Season 2, Lesson 0. It was great. If humans had cutie marks, what do you think yours would be? Probably a computer. I spend anytime I'm not working, I'm here just kind of chilling. So that, it looks like that's pretty much all I kind of picked out. Again, if yours wasn't here, I am sorry, but I mean, this is already 53 minutes. This was actually kind of cool, I guess. It was interesting. I'm sorry it's not the most professional and it was a lot of rambling, but I'm sure at least a few of you might find it interesting. But again, whole face camera situation, I'll explain better in the reaction video that I'm about to record. Well, I'm gonna see how many episodes I can knock out tonight. I have no idea. Hopefully I can get at least 2 done tonight, but I'll definitely explain it better, I promise. But as of right now, that's definitely gonna be it, just because I shouldn't drag this on any longer. Thank you guys once again so much for 500 subscribers. Love you guys so much. You guys have been giving me just a pastime in my life, and that's all I could really ask for. Just something like an escape. So it's been truly great, and I hope that I can do more to make this channel special. I hope I can make it more personal like this. I hope that I can edit great things for you guys in the future, and I hope I can get that Discord up and running, and I hope that eventually I'll have enough money to save up for a great web camera, and that I'll feel more confident on camera for you guys. It's not that I'm scared of it, I just don't feel as confident. Like, I feel like this right here is really like truly me. I just feel like I can be more animated even if you guys don't see my face. Like, I feel like I can give you guys more of a perception of me without the camera. So it's also part of the reason why I'm not too crazy upon trying to set it up every time. But anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it, and yeah, later.